What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Millionaire in the Making podcast. My name is Gage.
Justin.
Tyler.
Jesse.
Abby.
And we put together, I guess, just random TikToks from our feed.
Yeah.
We're
We
gonna go
have
ahead
about 25 videos we're about to review off and on.
So I guess we'll get to see through the lens of what you guys see on the daily on your TikToks. I'm sure everybody's feeds are different. The algorithm, tailors it to you. So we're going to get to know you guys a little bit better, and we'll react to them.
None of us have seen the other people's videos, too. So
Yep,
it's
blind
fresh
reactions.
clip. Yeah, 100% blind.
All right, let's get into it. I don't know who's first, but we'll see.
It's mixed genre.
Which one's first?
Everyone is unhappy because they say they want to be happy. I had this thing earlier on where I was like, I want to have meaning. I want to have great meaning in my life. And I was talking to a guy who made a lot more money than me. And he was like, why do you think life needs to be meaningful? When you admit that you just want to be happy, then what happens is you create a deficit between your current reality and happiness, which means that it doesn't matter what happens because there will always be happiness that is outside of yourself. Like, I create this expectation of life, whereas if life just is, it just is. I believe that I can work 24 hours a day if I want to, and that is all, period. Not, and it's bad or and it's good, and there's no judgment on it. It just is. Fuck happiness. Like, I just am. Period.
Speak of a clip, dude. Holy shit.
So I wanted to come out the gate with some deep shit. If anybody doesn't know who that is, it's Alex Hormozy. He's an absolute animal.
The quality on that's the epitome of what a TikTok clip should look like.
That was the best editing I've seen in a very long time. He spends 20 grand a month on his editors, just on payroll.
Jesus.
Absolute animal. The dude's worth over $100 million. He is an inspiration. Okay, so I like that clip because everyone's always like, how do I become happy in life? And as a man, happiness is not your goal. Purpose and meaning is. And that's why you have a lot of unhappy, sad, depressed men, because they have no meaning and purpose in life. And I've always said, structure your life in a way where it's health, wealth, love, mix all those together. The happiness comes after that.
So that meaningness and purpose follows through to
Yes.
happiness.
Yes. Happiness should not be your first goal. Meaning and purpose should be your first goals. And then the byproduct is happiness.
Fair enough. I mean, it seems like something, if you logically think about it, it makes sense. But all you hear about people, shitting out their mouth every single day is just, I want to be happy, I want to be happy, I want to be happy. On the surface, that
You got
seems
to
like...
work towards it.
Well, on the surface, it seems like being happy is great, but if you have no meaning, what's the point of life in general?
Oh, you won't be happy without meaning.
No.
You won't. I promise.
Any other takes on that before we move on?
No, that was
That was a
good
hell
one.
of a clip. That's an eye-opener.
I like the jump off.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That editing was on point. That just raised the standards for how we should be editing. All right, you hear that? You're going to have to learn how to do all that.
These are the best purchases to make in your 20s. This next one is everything. It has the power to literally run your life. You can make 6, 7, 8 figures directly from this purchase. You can meet like-minded people, create remarkable creative work, run a full-fledged business, organize your life. I think you know where I'm getting at here, and this is a laptop. And not just any laptop. I feel like a lot of us opt for cheaper options or look for deals on other brands, but when it comes to something that you will spend a very hefty amount of time on, if you're trying to make your income online, then you want the best. And the day I bought a brand new MacBook Pro was the day everything began to perform better for me. My business, my social media, my productivity. It's faster, it's cleaner, it's industry standard, and whatever you got to do, get a MacBook Pro and treat that thing like it's your baby, because it basically is.
Okay.
Damn, is that an ad?
So I'm going to go off that. No, this is one of my favorite influencers. I love this guy just because he preaches nothing but like real life practical advice. And I got to say, the moment I got into real estate, I had a cheap laptop. It was slow. I couldn't do much with it. The moment I upgraded to a MacBook, my life just became so much faster and more efficient. And MacBook / the new iPhones are pretty much almost just as strong now. I mean, you just need a good piece of technology that'll streamline your life. Most people live digitally now. So if I've got a slow laptop, my production just gets cut in half.
I think this would be a good one to kick to Jesse, because we were just talking. He just got a MacBook and he has a Surface. Which one's better in your eyes?
It just really depends on what you're using it for. I mean, if you're more of a educational guy, you're in university at the moment, depending on your field of study, the MacBook can hurt you more than help you, just because there's a lot of programs that aren't geared towards Apple products right now. So that can become an issue. But for the most part, like if you really want to get into any kind of media, Mac is the way to go. But
I think the way he was targeting that was just have a good piece, like have a good piece of technology that you can use as a tool, whether it's a MacBook or something else. I mean, just for the general population, a MacBook's going to be the best thing they can buy. It can handle almost everything.
Yeah, the only issue with MacBook, and the only issue is that there are some compatibility issues with certain programs, but outside of that,
Most people are not going to be having that issue.
Yeah.
Just have a good piece of technology that makes your life easier. Don't skimp out on your technology.
It's definitely the quality of your tools that affects the quality of whatever product you're trying to put out there.
100%. And nowadays, everything's digital. Like I said, you need to be able to keep up.
I agree. Let's move on.
We had to get Jesse off that Android game.
Exactly.
Tell my family that.
Touchscreen though, it's kind of sick.
Taking my pants and I got a few baddies up under my belt. Oh, bitch, I'm a big gangster. I turn around with this foreign love. Cocaine a slang.
Hey. Your boy knows how to make a viral clip.
Hey, I mean, good quality. I mean, you caught it at the perfect time. How do you knew she was going to do that?
Huh? How'd she? I don't know. She was gonna fart. What are you talking about? Yeah, it was just a sound. I was like, she had no idea what I was filming. I was just filming it, posted it. She saw it, kind of got pissed off.
As was
but-
everything else. That
I was looking through
we
y'all's
videoed.
older clips, and I was just like, I love this. This is amazing.
Well, you just back in the day before I started posting like finance, money, lifestyle type stuff. I used to just post the like cringiest shit that somebody had to share.
Your old videos are getting better views than your newer videos.
Yeah, but at the
100%.
same time, the viewers that are watching that don't really give a shit about me or like what I'm
No.
doing. But still, like if you want to go viral,
funny.
grab your girl, post some controversial, like shareable shit. Works every time.
Oh, just wait till
really
I just ordered something on Amazon today that is going to be hilarious.
I'm scared, actually.
You should be.
Cannot wait.
We're literally watching Jesus come back.
Lisa, can you help me out? I'm trying to find a husband, the kind of beast that can handle a woman like me.
And I'm going to answer it based on your last sentence. Your last sentence was handle a woman like me. Let's look at the average man's life, like I just discussed earlier, how difficult it is, how competitive he has to be, and how many problems he has to fix. Do you think he wants to handle any woman?
No.
Do you, like the idea of any degree of problem? It's the straw that breaks the camel's back. Like the point of having a woman as a man, for me at least, is for her to be my peace and quiet. My life is stress. When I come home to my chick, the last thing I want to do is have to handle anything. I want her to just sit the fuck down and her make me happy. She used to be my positive energy. She used to be my sunshine in the rainstorm.
Okay.
So you're talking about him handle you. I don't know. I can't answer the question exactly, but if you're sitting there constantly arguing over small points or correcting him or that, he's probably thinking, this is a battle. I don't have the energy for another fight.
Okay, so now
Oh yes. Oh God, yes. Every part of that, yes, 100%.
Any objections?
oh no,
Oh.
that's facts.
Be your
Facts.
man's comfort, not his problem.
You would be surprised how many girls don't even realize that they're the problem.
Yeah.
A lot of
And-
girls start arguments to get attention. Is that correct me if I'm wrong?
Oh,
That's
100%.
absolutely true.
100%. 100%. And they have every right to do that if you're not showing them the right amount of attention. But she doesn't need to be a problem, is the point he's saying. You
Right.
shouldn't have to handle your girl. She shouldn't be a problem in the first place. She should be comfortable and bettering every other part of your life. Balance. The last thing a man needs when he comes home is a problem. Unless he is the problem and he started the problem, then by all means, just rage the shit out of him. But for most hardworking men, the last thing they want to have is a girl that is just overly masculine, a problem, combative, not being a source of comfort.
Yeah. I think a lot of girls nowadays think it's cute to do things like get on your guy's nerves and
Yeah, and they're single.
Or they don't have a man for long.
yeah.
Oh, they'll have them for a night.
Oh,
They'll have them for a night. But that's all they're getting for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
oh, that
All
was
right,
cold.
let's end that on that one.
That was cold. All right, who's next?
What would you say your circle of close friends is right now? What's the number?
3.
How many of those 3 close friends go way back more than 10 years?
None.
That's what I thought.
My wife's 7, if that counts.
No,
But-
it doesn't count. She's your wife.
Well, then 2.
2. Okay. Do you think that is healthy? Would you like it to be more? Is it just perfect?
I don't ascribe a label to it.
Good.
So
it just is what it is. It's the rhythm you're in and the pace you're running.
I enjoy the life that I have. If I had no friends and I enjoyed the life that I have, I would be fine with that. And if I had 20 friends, I would enjoy the life that I had. It's like the weather. Is 2 rainy and is 5 sunny? Or is it just, they just are that way? This might also be a season of my life that I'm in a little bit more of a building season.
Yeah.
And I might not have as much extracurricular time that I can allocate towards friendship. So maybe my ratio for friends is higher now than it might be in the future. I don't know.
The way he thinks is just so linear and simple. And the dude's worth over $100 million. And you can see why, because he just breaks everything down in the most simple way. He doesn't overcomplicate anything. And he makes a valid point. Up until like a year ago, I literally only talked to like him and Lindsay. But if I went out anywhere, I would have dozens of people trying to come up to me and talk to me. But my real friends, as far as like people I genuinely thought care about me, it was like 2 people.
Yeah, but there's levels to friends, right? There's like friends you keep on it's almost like a bubble. Like there's friends you keep on the outer bubble that are always going to be there and they're never really going to get to the inner bubble. And there's like that core group of like
and
single
now,
digit number.
When I allocate, like he said, he's not in a season of his life where he can, put a lot of attention to it. In the past year, I've dumped almost half of my attention into building a friend group and network. So now I'm at the point now where I went from 2 friends to now, dear God, I'm at like 15, 12 really close friends that I could call at any time and say, I need a favor. And it's just no questions after that. But it took a lot of effort and energy. I had to bring so much value to the table to even prove that I was a friend to someone else.
Yeah, seems like a nice thing to have. I mean, I can definitely understand why Alex is the way he is. Like, if you ever see any of the videos of him talking about his day-to-day life and what he does, he's like, he has no time for even one friend. I think his wife would be his only person he could absolutely have one word out.
Yeah.
And I like how they brought, time span into it. Like, he was like, how many of those friends have you been friends with for what do you say, 10 years?
10 years.
Yeah. Sick. I think is that the last one of yours?
Yeah, another thing I would want to touch on with that before we move on. Just because you've been friends with somebody for 5+ years doesn't mean they are your friend.
Yep.
They could be a bad influence bringing you down. And I mean, I had friends that were 5, 6, 7, 8 years plus be the first one to slide into my ex's DMs the moment we broke up.
Yeah.
You do not, time really doesn't mean that much to me. Like, just because we've been friends for 10, 15 years, it doesn't mean I'm going to treat you better than somebody that I just met, pretty much.
Time will tell.
Yes.
I think that the last one of yours?
Yeah.
All right, who's next? We'll see.
See, now I don't even.
Listen to this.
And that's what trips me out. It's like we say women got the unrealistic expectations, and some of them do, but ain't nobody got more unicorn, fairy tale, Dora the Explorer expectations of the opposite sex than us, men. Again, some women do expect a man to be 6 feet tall and make 6 figures and have a 6-pack abs, and that's unrealistic for most men. But I know like 10 dudes already that fit into that category. All you got to do is have a good job and some good genetics, and you're straight. But look at us. Like, what do we expect of a woman? She got to be a virgin, but she got to be a freak. She got to pay half the bills, but she got to do 100% of the cleaning, the cooking, the child raising. She got to be exhausted from all of that, all the cooking and washing and cleaning and all that good stuff, and still be horny enough to meet our sexual needs and get a good night's rest, but also wake up in the middle of the night in case we want some head and a turkey sandwich. That ain't it. She also got to give birth to all our babies because, we got to have that legacy. But then she can't have no stretch marks, and she got to lose that baby weight in 30 days or less. And then she got to do it while fighting postpartum depression by herself, because we're going to tell her she having an attitude or something like that, because all we thinking about is we ain't got no vagina in the last 6 weeks that she got to take to heal. That ain't it. Then she can get older, but she can't look older. Otherwise, we're going to say that she's falling off. Like, the list goes on, but just tell me something. How many women do you know that fit into that category? None. So who really got the unrealistic expectations?
Damn, did we just watch Avatar? That was like an hour long.
First off, all of those are realistic standards. And first off, it just seems like he's describing the definition of a low-value man.
That's what it sounds like.
It sounds like he's virtue signaling out the ass. And I really got like a low vibration from that guy. Like, he was just like overly just virtue signaling. And most of the things that he was saying goes against every part of manliness. Like, any man that says, oh, I'm not going to wait after my wife pops out a kid just because I'm like horny, that is not a true man. Like most men know that's not realistic. The stretch mark thing, you know, if you pop out my kid and you got a couple stretch marks, nobody, like, I'm not going to be concerned about that.
Well, he's nitpicking like the farthest out thing.
I think he just picked the lowest vibration of man and then highlighted that. And then, like, women obviously have so much more choosiness when it comes to picking a man than men. I mean, men, it's just like he said, just preferably be a virgin and a freak at the same time. To only you. Don't be, you know, off jumping from homie to homie pretty much. But for guys, it's like women have to naturally just have a higher list of to-do, like, of, you know, check marks just because they have so many more options naturally. So they have to filter that out real quick.
Well, also, we got to look at it from a standpoint of, like, do you really want a dude that's going to always accept you? Well, so there's a difference between being okay with you being on a down slump or like at a down point in your life and just settling and letting you have lower expectations for life. Because a good dude or a good woman in general, this goes for both men and women, if you have a good partner, they're not going to let you be stagnant and be depressed and gain weight. They're gonna check you. They're gonna be like, hey, you looking a little hefty, dog. You need to lose some weight. Or like even little things. They don't even gotta be straight up with you. They can just encourage you every day. Like, hey, let's get to the gym. You haven't been there for about 2 months now. Or hey, all these projects that you planned and never even started, you should probably get organized with that.
Speaking facts. Right?
It's not hard to. I understand we all have down points in our life because I just went through the lowest point I've ever existed, and let me tell you, if I didn't have friends, if I didn't have great relationships that pushed me to get out of that point, I would still be there today. So there's no reason. Like I hate when people like him.
This was like, this guy pretty much just highlighted the bottom point of masculinity, like the lowest quality guy.
His more towards his point was don't be with those men that judge you for having kids or having stretch marks or
No, you're absolutely right. Just don't pick shit men. Yeah. Which is like the bottom 80%, 50%, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, in my opinion, he was kind of almost just being a pick me. Like, that's a clip, right? We don't know the context of what show he was on, where he was at. It almost sounded like he was just being a pick me to whatever the audience was.
Like, he's pretty much a virtue signaler. And he's basically just like, I mean, he's describing the lowest value guy possible. And he's saying that, like, women are pickier than men, which is just biologically incorrect.
You got anything else you want to add? It was your clip.
No, that was the reason I added it, was so we could all talk about
it. Oh, you did it. You
Fair
picked a great clip.
That was a controversial clip.
He sounds like he doesn't have a lot of guy friends.
Probably.
The homies are probably murdering him in the group chat right now.
They're just...
Men, stop fucking scrolling for like 2 seconds. I'm going to give you the key to a woman's happiness right now. And ladies, if you want to stick around and like this video so that it blows up more so that your next boyfriend or your current boyfriend might see it, you may also stay as well. Hello, men. Let's have a chat. I'm going to say everything that's going to make your girlfriend happy right now. What you choose to do with this information is up to you. Making a woman happy really is not that fucking hard. Just try doing a few of these fucking things and just see how happy it makes her. Every girl wants flowers, at least once a month. It costs $10, it takes 5 minutes to go to the fucking store, just do it. If you think she doesn't want you to open her door, yes she does. When she gets in the shower, put a towel in the dryer for like 5 minutes and then bring it to her as soon as she's done. And look at her fucking face when you do that. Write her a handwritten note. It doesn't have to be long. You do not have to have the best handwriting. Write I love you on a sticky note and put it on the mirror so that when she goes to get ready, it's just a cute little surprise. Grab her by the face and ask if you can just look at her for like 2 seconds. She will absolutely fucking melt. It's always about the little shit. It's the little shit. It's the little surprises that men do for women that keep shit so exciting. If you're doing little things for your girlfriend and you're keeping shit exciting, she is going to love you, and she will literally do anything for you. I promise, we as females, the amount of effort that we get in a relationship, we will give it back times 10. So if you keep wondering why your girlfriend is treating you like shit, she only treats you how you treat her times 10. You are so welcome.
I'm a red pill and blue pill that conversation. She's 100% right for every part of that. But you have to be that guy to do all that and her not just think you're a weak piece of... You have to be that guy to pull that stuff off without her thinking you're weak.
Yeah, so what if I was...
You need to be kind.
Because my girl's right here. What if I was, sitting at home playing Xbox 24/7 and did all that shit,
you would be broken up with, and she would probably be disgusted at those acts. But
you probably wouldn't have that $10 to afford for flowers.
Yes. So you need to be that guy before you start doing all that stuff. Because if you lead with that kind of stuff, she's going to just not have any attraction for you. You need to prove to her you are being kind and not nice. A lot of guys do stuff like that out of generosity, trying to like just get in her pants, do all these like nice things. And women take that as a sign of weakness off the jump.
And at the beginning, it's almost like a game. Like, I know you don't want to talk about this part of the relationship, but when you first start dating a girl, you cannot be overly nice. It's almost like a game of like push and pull. You got to keep it interesting. Maybe 2-3 years down the line, like that's your bread and butter. But at the beginning, you kind of got to, I'm not going to say the word toxic, but you got to push and pull and keep it interesting for her to, you know, stay in line enough for you to lock her down if that's your end goal.
Be focused on your grind, and you need to be taking time out of your day to say, look, I could be working, but I'm going to go get my girl some flowers on the way home. This doesn't mean you push every part out of your day to make your girl happy. It means you are such a busy guy that you took time out of your busy schedule to get the flowers, to put the towel in the warmer. You need to be that guy. Otherwise, most guys are going to do all these things, and then the girl's just going to leave them.
Yeah. And I think with what Gage was saying too is like that push and pull method of first talking to somebody, you don't have to be toxic to do that.
No.
You can still be respectful and have that back and forth of the chase, I
You're
guess.
right. Yeah, the chase.
The
chase.
Yeah, you can't be too free. You can't give her too much time. She'd be like, this dude's a bum. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, why is he texting me every single second?
Yeah, don't be love bombing her off the start.
Absolutely not.
Because all of those posts you see on Twitter of some girl screenshotting the text message of this guy texting her over and over again with the honey bunny baby, we will make fun of you, I promise you.
Oh yeah, that makes me cringe so bad.
I remember like I had this ex, man. She would bomb my social media with like just like share different like reels, stories, you name it. And that was back when I was still in the military and I was working. I was getting up at 4 a.m. every day to go to work. I didn't have time to check social media. The only time I checked social media was like call my ex at the end of the day or something whenever I was coming home. And she would lose her mind because I did not look at all of her
And
TikToks.
that was what made her attractive to you, because you were ignoring her and focusing on your path and purpose.
Yeah.
It is actually gross how that actually works.
It's a game. It's genuinely a game.
To all the young men
Everybody
out there,
loves the chase.
focus on your work, and then the women will come. Focus on the women, and you will need to be going to work because you can't pay your bills.
And you can't afford that woman.
And you can't afford that woman.
Or them kids.
Let's move on.
Next one. There you go. Some of y'all are out here worried about the birds working for the government. Try golden doodles.
No, exactly.
They have absolutely infiltrated the American homes, are conveniently not shedders, so there is maximum desire for one. And I've never seen one not look like a human. Y'all just wait. One of them is going to get sloppy and the zipper's going to come loose.
Is this what's on y'all's For You page? This is what you're
what's
looking
on
at?
women's For You
Pretty
page.
much.
I can totally see this on Tylee's.
Oh.
No, but seriously, golden doodles are overpopulated.
And dude, golden doodles are like hey dudes for like
Not even
middle
that.
class white people.
They are a mutt. They are a mixed breed. They are not a purebred dog.
I mean, they're cute, but like,
they're adorable.
when I think of a white family, I think of golden doodles.
How did the
Like-
Millionaire in the Mega podcast get on fucking golden doodles?
They-
What does
they're
this come to?
ridiculous.
Well, this
Dude,
is
they're
just
the worst.
This is what is on the average girl's timeline.
And let's talk about the price of them things.
Oh yeah, they're expensive, dude. They're so pricey for no reason. Oh my god.
Guys, when your girls talk about they want a family dog, I promise you it's not a golden doodle.
Don't
Not in
do
the
that.
slightest.
Don't do it.
Get a golden retriever, man.
Yes.
Anything but a doodle.
All right.
This is the modern Americans.
Moving
TikTok.
on.
I see why these go viral.
Good content.
There was like text on there for like 1 second. You would have had to watch that 4 times.
Oh, yeah.
My brother has a daughter, and she's beautiful. She's my niece. I don't want her to grow up in a world where women are hated. I don't want her to grow up in a world where men are oppressive and hurting women. Why would I possibly want that? I want her to find a strong man who can protect her, who can provide for her, who can make sure she's safe. But I don't want anything bad to ever happen to her. My own personal circumstances regarding family are something that are once again confidential, but I can confirm to you that the last thing I would ever want is for women to be marginalized in the future.
I think this is why he's so controversial. Is because there are some videos out there where he talks about how, you know, he sexually abuses women and stuff
He's
like
never
that.
talked about that. We talked about that in a lot of podcasts.
No,
I have to cut you off. He's never
other
talked about
people have claimed he did that.
No, like the videos of him, what was it? I think he was like in a shoe store or something, and he's...
Go ahead, keep
blatantly
going. I
doing
want to hear what you got to say about him.
No, I don't have anything bad to say about him.
He's blatantly sexually harassing a woman inside a shoe store?
I am literally talking about how he is so controversial.
Yeah.
It's because there are videos like that out there of him praising a woman and how they should be protected and this and that, but there are
There's
other sides
videos
to
of
it.
people claiming that he did that stuff.
Well, what happens is he's actually broke it down on podcast 4. He strategically says certain things with the context of it meaning one thing, but when you break it down to just words on paper, it actually makes sense. Like he'll say, women can't defend themselves. And then everyone will literally like post, Andrew Tate said women are useless and they couldn't survive in the real world. And then like all of a sudden you find out it's like, well, Andrew Tate was talking about, well, men are physically more capable than women, and it's scientifically proven that these things happen, and
he does that.
And people will freak out over that, but I mean, realistically, he is the
genius.
beacon of clickbait.
So the clip he was talking about, he would be on a podcast and say, men are stronger than women. And then everyone would be arguing and yapping, saying, no, women are stronger than men. Women can fight men, blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, oh, really? You want women to fight men? Isn't that unfair? And then why would you want that? And then he just gets them just talking. He knows what he's doing, but
He lets people paint a picture,
yes.
for sure, without
And,
even
I mean, with
saying
this,
the rest.
I mean, you wouldn't see a clip like this 6-7 months ago, 4 months
No.
ago, 5 months ago. These weren't the clips that were getting shared, but this is how he talked.
No,
on
because that
almost
doesn't
every
get people
podcast.
talking either.
No, this is just like how he talked on every podcast, though.
Mhm.
Him saying defend women, protect, provide. He talked more shit about men than women by a large margin, but people clipped up the tiny little percentage of stuff that could be misconstrued the wrong way. But he spoke like this almost on every podcast, where it was just like, be the highest and best version of yourself and be able to defend women. And like, that didn't get shared at all. And people were just sharing the worst things.
I love those videos of there's some guy on TikTok that walks around all these college campuses and walks up to girls and is like, what do you think of Andrew Tate? And they just all like, oh, F Andrew Tate, screw him, hate him, he's a woman beater, blah, blah, blah. And then the guy follows up with, well,
Why?
what's your support to
Why?
back that up?
Why? And then
Yeah.
they just say, oh, you're racist, and then walk
Yeah,
away.
literally.
No, 100%. Yeah, I mean, my favorite one, there's a guy that does that, but he'll do a quote where it's like, men were put on this earth to protect and provide for women, and he'll just say an Andrew Tate quote, and then he'll be like, hey, do you agree with this quote?
Mm-hmm.
And all the girls say, yeah, sounds like a great guy. And then they'll pull up the clip, and it's Andrew Tate saying, like, no, yeah, that's clickbait. No,
Yeah.
that was taken the wrong way. That's out of context. And he's just like,
Fair enough.
okay.
Yep.
It's interesting you put that clip in there. Good job.
I just want to throw one in from Andrew Tate.
I found peace in your violence. Can't tell me there's no point.
Yeah.
Unpopular
did it, like, out of order?
fact. Most people don't want to hear this, but real relationships that last involve a lot of forgiveness and growth. You have to accept that your partner is not perfect and may hurt you or disappoint you at the same time. It's at that time you have to figure out if you're willing to go through that thing called love with
God,
them.
she's trying to
Boom.
She's trying to point at me because like
The only word you need to focus on in that whole paragraph right there is growth.
Growth,
she's trying
love.
to point at me because like when shit goes wrong, I'm just like, all right, cut it off. Let's keep moving.
Well, no, this is also what a girl's TikTok feed looks like.
No,
So this
yeah,
is like
all day long,
everything.
she's just getting thoughts in her head about.
We told them to pull
"What is Gage doing?"
things from their feed. But no, it's absolutely right. Relationships involve a lot of forgiveness and growth. That doesn't mean you can do whatever you want whenever you want. though.
100%.
That does
And
not mean
expect them to be there
That does not
the second
mean
you
that.
fuck up.
And your partner definitely is not perfect, but they should be striving to be more and more perfect every day. So you both should be growing together. And they're definitely going to disappoint you, 100%. you have to figure out if you are going to go through that thing called love with them. Okay, that means life and time. So are they going to be worth it? Are they going to do something that's so small that you just say, screw it, but then that's not a relationship? You know,
go and ghost.
Once you say you're in a relationship, at that point, you're basically trying out for marriage. So if they're willing to dip on you after like 6 months, 3 months, and they really do dip, then they just proved they weren't marriage material.
So I know this is something Gage and I talked about a couple weeks ago, and Justin, I now know that you agree with me on this. That 6 month mark, you should know that is the person you are wanting to marry.
100%. So men, most men know within 6 months if you are marriage material. Every moment from that point on is she proving that she is marriage material? He knows, but you need to prove it.
Yeah, you're still in the process of learning about your partner and do you want to spend your life with them? And
yeah, well, let's go back to what Jesse was saying. 2 years in is when he really found out who his girl was, right?
Yeah. And then
he also probably had love goggles on, and he was in the military, and he didn't get to spend a lot of time with her.
I was deployed most of the
So
time.
2 years, 2 years of his relationship is like
there's different
3
time
months
spans.
of
Mike
actual
Wazowski,
time.
dude.
Yeah, no, that was a weird relationship because I saw that from the outside in. They were living 2 states away, and they rarely ever got to see each other. So 2 years was probably about 3 to 6 months of actual quality time.
Yeah.
Because I've had relationships where we see each other every day, and after 3 months, I knew more about them than relationships I had like 1 to 2 years.
Right.
It depends on the time that you spend together.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I gotta disagree slightly because like I got a couple homies and their couple, like just not homies that are couples, but like the homies and their girls, they're like still in the honeymoon stage at 6 months. So they haven't even shit hasn't hit the fan yet. And they haven't been fighting or they haven't had to deal with any kind of shit. They're still strictly in the honeymoon stage. And like
hopefully it's
until you get out of the honeymoon stage, you don't know what's what. You don't know if she's marriage material or not. In my personal opinion, because like when we got out of the honeymoon stage, shit hit the fan, and I was like, okay, well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, but she's
from
still
here,
the same person, though. You need to fall in love with who they are as a person and not just the love bombing stage, honeymoon stage. You know within 6 months on a girl's character if you're going to marry her. Now, obviously, you can move it to 8 months, 4 months.
That doesn't mean you're dating for 6 months and then marry them.
No,
you're still going to
100%.
do the whole process of dating for a couple years.
You know if a girl is short term or long term.
Especially at 6 months, for
Yeah,
sure.
Tylee, how do we know like if these dudes are long term for you or not?
Interesting.
Do you agree that like
Shaker has joined the chat?
Do you
I have joined the chat.
Okay.
So just went up. Hey guys.
Do you agree that most men know that they want to marry a girl after 6 months or around 6 months?
Yes, I think men do. I don't necessarily think women think the same thing.
No, women want to get married off the start. Otherwise, they wouldn't get into a relationship.
I don't think so.
No, they wouldn't get into a relationship, and they don't even have the power to dictate that.
true.
They don't have the power to dictate whether they get married or not. That's the man's role.
Well, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, the feeling. Like, I don't date someone regardless unless I feel that way. Like, I feel like I want to marry them. Like, the love is actually there.
You don't say yes to being a girlfriend unless...
Yeah, unless I actually feel something. We're not doing this just for fun.
100%. See, women have the power to pick who they sleep with. Men have the power to pick who they marry. Ooh.
What's more powerful?
The power of marriage.
Any other answers?
Men have the ultimate long-term power. Women have the ultimate short-term power.
Fair enough. You want to move on?
Any disagreements?
Because how easy is it to get a ring on your finger as opposed to get somebody in
Not
bed?
easy. It is not easy for a quality man to put a ring around your finger.
Exactly.
And actually protect and provide for you. It is so easy for a girl to say who wants to sleep with me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, you will find out if you want to marry someone real quick once you figure out how terrible they are with finances. I will promise you that. The second you find out, like, especially so when it comes to a dude finding out if a female is going to be able to keep that together, once you see how they are with finances, you will know immediately if you want to be with that person or not. Now, men, when females are finding men, like they know off the jump. I mean, Chris Rock has that famous clip where he goes, "What's the first thing your girlfriends ask you when you get a new man? What does he do for a living?" You know, like that's a real thing.
That's judging his status and standard in life.
100%.
Yeah.
But the thing is the reason I'm bringing up about the finances with women. Whenever you get married, That's no longer your finances. That's our finances. So
your student
you got to build a
loans.
bigger bag then.
yeah, if she's living a 6-figure lifestyle and you're only making 5 figures, I hate it for you, man. You about to be in debt. That's gonna be a rough
You can't
time.
afford that girl then. You need to build a bigger bag.
Yeah.
All right, we still recording over there, Justin?
Yeah.
I love that mine are
good?
getting us talking. I love it.
Just can't tell me there's no point.
That was a good one though. I like that. Girls' feeds are just so much different.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got Tyler's. No.
How'd that happen?
I just wanted to throw some makeup in.
She lost the goatee, turned into. I don't even want to say
It was
anything.
not a goatee. It was full on beard.
I don't know
Wow.
if I can say anything without it getting flagged, so I'm just gonna shut up.
Should we just move on?
Yeah,
from
can
that
we?
one?
There's a lot of things I could say right
We
now.
gotta go.
Can we pretend that didn't happen?
That just.
Oh, there's more definitely
I've seen stuff like that before, but never to that degree.
Oh,
More power
it's
to
powerful.
I would be mad.
The fact that she has a better beard than most men scares me.
It's impressive.
Impressive.
All right.
There's dudes wishing they could grow that facial hair.
Oh, that. Ow. I'm going to have nightmares with that one.
Foley can't handle her.
Ooh.
No, it is 100%.
real.
That's makeup.
Can we run that back?
It is
yeah.
makeup. It is makeup.
That's what I'm talking about here.
That was concerning.
We gotta run that back.
That has
Still to this day, think
73.8
the
Fellas, take your girl swimming for the first date.
Yo, with makeup, you can like form your cheeks to look skinnier.
Oh yeah, do it all
Your
the time.
jawline.
What do you mean? I do it
For
all the
all
time.
my first dates from now on, we're going on the boat with Justin. And it's mandatory you have to get in the water.
You just accidentally up.
No, there is waterproof makeup spray.
Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
Don't play with the females' makeup.
We're taking her
We're gonna do a
wakeboarding.
sand scrub.
We're taking her wakeboarding tubing and we're gonna purposely yank that thing
No.
so it just comes.
Take her to a spa. They will not have you or like
How
a
rich do you
facial
think we are?
scrub.
I ain't taking every girl on the first date to a spa.
Okay, but what I'm asking here is basically, do you want to see the girl you're talking to with and without makeup before you move on?
Yes.
That's
absolutely.
a big thing. Like,
I'm
when
just
you-
I prefer
curious.
girls without makeup.
Okay, but of course a girl is gonna have makeup on.
Yes, no, 100%. But I
When
need
she's
to
trying to
be.
get a first date.
I need the girl to have that natural kind of beauty because you're not always going to be having makeup on, and I honestly don't like the overly caked up makeup look
Agreed.
24/7.
Yeah.
But let's be real, as dudes, we can tell. Like we can look, and be like, yo, she's got it caked on her face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My
Girls
favorite's the
can
girls
tell.
that are like that
Everyone
have that
can,
natural
for
beauty,
sure.
but then with makeup on, they go from like a 9 to a 10, or like an 8 to a 10. I mean, you're still a 10 regardless of my
Yeah,
eyes.
makeup should be like a 1 to
Enhancement.
2 point enhancement, no more.
That is
a-
like a 4 going to a 11.
Yeah.
Like
well,
that is
it
just
has
not fair.
73.8 million views.
damn. We need to try that out.
Tyler, we're gonna have to get you a little ugly, all right?
Just do like
Yo,
Justin
can
in the
we shave
beginning.
your
Then we'll,
head?
I
Oh,
swear, I swear that first video that she uses is edited. It
well,
has
she's
to
sitting
be.
there trying to make herself. She's like,
Maybe
but
not.
she
Like,
does look that
sticking her
rough.
jaw.
I mean,
oh, that's scary.
oh God, my dudes. Like, you see,
Power.
men, we're fucked. We got to get rich. Y'all can just go to fucking Target and get some makeup.
Yeah, if y'all are ugly,
I don't even know what to say. Flatterer. Girls like that. Tell her you love her eyes, her lips, her hair, the way she parts her hair. In fact, tell her you love all her parts. Oh no, I can't say that.
We're smashing mics in karaoke
I want a refund.
on life.
I take her on a date. I want a refund.
She low-key looks like that girl that was at the club that night and she didn't come in the section. You know what I'm talking about?
The after one.
Yeah, don't she
the
look just
after
like
one.
her?
Oh my God, she does.
No.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a very
I'm
good
just saying.
thing.
I'm
That's
just
a
saying she
very
looks
good
like
thing.
her.
You remember the girl that was trying to make me jealous and was making out with the other dude right by the DJ table and we were all laughing at her because I wouldn't let her in our section?
No, where was I?
It was the girl that ditched us at the beginning of the night, and then like she was trying to get in the club
She was
with
with
us.
us?
No,
No,
she was trying to get in the club with us, and Lindsay went, you ain't coming in with us. And I was like, whatever Lindsay says goes. Okay, dope. He's the boss.
Word.
And I'm like, cool. And then the moment we start like really turning up, my friend Braden taps me on the shoulder. He's like, hey, ain't that girl that was trying you? And I look over and she makes eye contact with me. And then she starts lip locking a random guy. And I was like, ugh, ugh. And then I went back to like just dancing. I was like, dodge the bullet on that one.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's move back to the
Girls,
topic
that
at
is
hand.
not making a man jealous. I'm letting you know right now. You are literally just gonna show them that.
You are the topic of conversation for the wrong conversations.
That's not high
free
quality.
game, ladies. If you do want to get that man to be like, you know what, I was mad at her, but I'm gonna go talk to her. Make out with a chick instead.
That would have got my attention.
Then I would have been like, yeah,
that would have got. I probably would have said, okay, all is forgiven. Dope. Here, you and your friend come up. I'm not even gonna talk to you anymore. Y'all just vibe and go over there. Y'all got y'all's own little space. Cool. Dope.
That is not high quality woman behavior.
Free game, guys.
Free game, guys.
But no, Tyler obviously put that on there to show the catfish thing. One thing that's going on, like with all the LGBTQ stuff, I'm not going to talk bad about it. I'm not going to say my thoughts on it. I'm just saying dudes can go from looking like dudes to chicks with makeup now. It's scary.
Yeah, that is a thing.
You know, there's guys out here getting catfish. Like even Mbappe, he's like one of the guys in the World Cup. You know, Mbappe.
Killian.
He's dating a
trans.
Yeah. And I would have never known. Like I saw him walking around with her on a TikTok or something. I would have never known. Looked like a girl.
Dude, with filters now and makeup, like you can have a girl that's a straight fucking 4 and now she's an 8 on Instagram.
Okay, so my question is, do women have unrealistic expectations when it comes to male looks?
Women
when
don't really
we have
care.
the power to do that.
Women really don't care about men's looks.
That's a question for y'all, right?
Yeah, but it's their ability to gather resources. Now, there has to be a level of attraction on the smaller scale, but there's a reason why you get these 60-year-old dudes with like 40 girls on their boats. Just
I
women
don't think
are
it's the
attracted.
looks though on that
It's
part.
the money, but like women are more attracted to the ability to gather resources. I don't like to say women are attracted to money because it
think
sounds
so,
bad.
though. I don't feel that
Women
way.
are attracted to who can gather the most resources.
I
The
think-
guys with the house, the guy with the car, the guy with the abundance of business. That is the guy that the girls go for because biologically they say, "Oh, he can protect and provide for me."
Who can take care of us and who can give us
You could
what
have
we
some
want.
pretty boy who's broke, who's asking you to pull your wallet out at the end of the dinner. You're going to shut him down. But you got a moderately decent guy, maybe an uglier guy, but he takes you out to Salt Bay's restaurant. You're going to show him a little bit more attention.
If he's a 4, probably not.
I think early on, especially for women, they being the women, typically will have higher standards off the jump, and then as life goes on, they realize that those standards were astronomically too high.
Alpha fucks, beta bucks. So the first part of their life, they go for the alpha, and the second part of their life, they go for the beta, who can protect and provide for their kids or some other dude's kids.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of
red pill drop.
Yeah, a lot of times, like whenever there's that big, you can tell, like if you look at a chick's social media when she's from like 20 to 23. See the dudes that she's tagged in photos with, and then see her once she's like 25 and up.
30 plus.
And then, oh my God, and 30 plus, it goes downhill even worse. But once you see like 25 and up, just the disparity between the dudes she was hanging around.
Dude, we're lucky we don't have the rest of the panel here. They'd be going crazy.
Bomb. I need a bomb to drop right now. So, prime example, women, lock down that high value guy when you are at your peak. Otherwise, you are going to be out of luck at 30 plus.
I mean,
I don't know, it depends, because my mom's 30-something, just turned 40, and she looks just about as young as me. And she still pulls just as many as me.
Still waiting on her to call
me. You prescribe that advice to everyone, though.
No, I'm just saying, like, some got it that way, some don't. So
Some,
it just depends
not
on
all.
who you are and
Some,
what you can,
not all.
what you got.
I would argue that most 40-year-olds cannot pull the same quality of guy as when they were 23.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but I'm just saying, like, my mom is blessed, so...
There's statistical anomalies. I think we can all agree
At
with that.
Tally's mom.
If
hop on the podcast with us.
Yeah,
We need her
definitely, please. I'll be here. Find my inspirational outlaw.
Once upon a time, and I heard that I was ugly. Came from a bitch who nigga wanna fuck on me. Drop the bass, main the bass, get lower. Radio say speed it up, I just go slower.
No.
No, sir.
No?
Yo,
Not at all.
ScarJo is my girl, dude, and we can't
She
do
is
that.
gorgeous.
Can't do her like
She
that.
looks like a great value version of her.
Maybe a Dollar Tree version.
Yeah.
That's still amazing. That's still amazing. Like, oh, she's not
Anybody-
a
I
10,
feel like-
she's an 8.5 now.
It just depends.
I'm setting off that fire alarm in that house.
That
I'm finding out.
I want to like. This just gives me trust issues.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the power of makeup.
It's almost like there's
is that a
meter.
big factor for y'all?
There's a meter in my head when I see like. It's almost like there's a meter with a scale through my eye. I'm like, okay, there's over like 3 grams of makeup on her face. Subtract 4 points.
Okay,
it's like
so
there's a meter inside my head that just knows.
Say y'all go out to a bar, but you notice a female across the room, but she has that much makeup on. She caught your attention in some aspect. Then.
Red flag. I'm not talking to her. I'm ignoring the shit out of her until she makes the first move. If she makes the first move, cool, maybe. But I'm never gonna go up to the hottest girl, the most caked up girl in the room. Every other
I wouldn't say hottest.
Every other guy is going towards her. You ignore the shit out of her. She'll come to you. Free game, guys. And second, if I go on a first date and the girl is caked up,
where are we talking?
Red flag. Caked up on the face. I am not taking her seriously.
Okay, but do you think she does it for y'all, or do you think?
Yes, 100%.
She does it?
Women wear makeup to attract higher, better guys.
She's insecure.
Yeah,
we do not do it.
I
for
wouldn't
y'all.
even say insecure.
Stop the cap. Stop.
No, she's insecure.
No.
Bro. You're tripping.
I would
You're
not
tripping.
say insecure.
I do it.
That is an art form. To be able to do makeup like that is an art form.
Stop the cap. Keep running.
I will say though, if you
No.
like from a certain standpoint
I'm about
though,
to mess y'all up with this next
when
fact that I'm about to drop.
Yeah, I already know which one you're talking about. They use the blush to give off the look of being intrigued, or
they use the red lips to stimulate blood flow to the lips when they're sexually aroused.
Yeah.
Women wear makeup to highlight their beauty. Okay.
It's
the eyeshadow.
It's
the eyeshadow is for a girl to look darker and more mysterious. Makeup is to enhance your beauty, to attract a mate. Women have been wearing makeup for thousands of years. Okay. Makeup has been around for a very long time. It has always been to attract a higher quality mate. Otherwise, you wouldn't be going out in public with it. And every time you go out to the club, you caked up.
Interesting.
Why are you not wearing that when you're just chilling in the living room by yourself, watching TV with nobody else around?
Because
if you do it for you.
But my argument
I do it in the living room by myself.
My argument to that is if I feel like I look good, then my whole aura just I just feel better. I don't want to say better about myself because then you will follow that.
Yes, you look good, you feel good, and that's
Yes.
why a guy feels really good when he's stacking paper because he knows he can provide for women. So you're right. You're right.
There's levels to it.
I will say though,
men get rich to attract women. Women wear makeup to attract men.
There's
no getting around that.
You do not want a chick that does not do makeup though, because if a chick hates makeup, from personal experience, most of the time that's because they lack a feminine side.
Ooh.
And
I did not expect that.
That's good.
Ooh, we got a red pill moment.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, dude, if you don't people
can agree to that one.
People are gonna hate on makeup, but at the same time, there's like a double-edged sword.
I'm not hating on it. I'm just like, girls are like, if you and your girl are chilling 7 days and she doesn't wear makeup 6 days, but she wears makeup the one night she goes out with her friends, that ain't just your girl.
I thought she did it for you though.
She'd be doing it to attract a mate.
Right.
And you might not be the mate that night.
I don't think so, but I think she just wants to look good.
What if we want to look better than our friends?
For what?
For what? Your man ain't there. Why you? Okay, y'all missed the point where y'all didn't wear makeup 6 days for your man, but then y'all wear makeup when y'all go out to the club right after that. I've seen that so many times. And yes, you might be able to look good and all that stuff, but makeup is to enhance your beauty. Money is to enhance your ability to provide and protect.
Haram. Anyways, so let's go to the next one.
Drop the bomb. There's a reason why
makeup to an extent nowadays was made by rich old men and marketed in order to get women to buy makeup products and be convinced that they need to wear makeup or else they're not as valuable to society. So now all women are wearing makeup because they're essentially forced to because of the marketing carried out by men. So in many ways, women find wearing makeup empowering, but in reality, makeup is actually like the greatest example of the patriarchy.
Right? Isn't that hilarious? That's almost always the case. Yeah.
What was that last guy?
So,
That guy.
I
was
just
the
want to hear what y'all
sarcasm.
think.
So, men, stop drinking soy lattes. It's horrible for your testosterone levels. If you're 12, 13 years old, do not follow this man's
Are you
path.
calling him a soy boy?
No, I'm just saying.
Do
That
you
man's
drink
got
soy
bitch
latte?
I'm
tits.
just saying.
I drink,
soy
whole
is
milk.
not good. So
Just have to double check.
let's fuck up that with the fact that the Egyptians wore makeup. Let's push back further. Women have
Okay.
been wearing makeup for thousands of years. This is not a new thing.
Egyptian men wore makeup too. Though.
Yes, they did, but that was a sign of status. Not normal people were wearing makeup. Most people couldn't afford makeup.
Joe Rogan brings up valid points about a lot of things, obviously, because he's
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. But one thing that I always found really interesting is those videos where people are just going on rants uninterrupted with like that are overly produced with a bunch of dramatic sounds in the background. It's so annoying to me because they are just talking about, that dude was literally talking out of his ass.
100%.
And
Talking to talk.
and because the video is edited and produced to look intense, a lot of people can't look past that, and these like virtue signaling soy boys that watch this stuff,
sharing it.
they're like, yeah, dude, this shit was so right. I love it so much.
This is gonna get me laid.
I hate women,
Repost.
and then jerk off. It's the worst feel. It's like the worst thing I've ever seen, just because it never ends well.
The power of persuasion.
Yeah, if you're saying, you know, men are the reason why women wear makeup, first off, women set the standards for that. Women are the ones, they're the main buyers of makeup.
Isn't one of the
top, Mary Kate and Kylie Jenner now.
Yeah, Tyler Jenner. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Kylie Jenner.
Kylie Jenner. We got to do a zoom in for that one. I got to get just because Jesse came on here, I need a bomb. Just a bomb sound. He's been dropping bombs this whole time. All right, so everybody agrees that was not a quality man.
Yeah.
All right, was that the last one, or are we going to
Yes.
somebody? Oh God.
Yes.
Because we're on a podcast, I'll be brutally honest.
Yeah.
The kind of guy I am. I believe in taking care of a woman. I think if a woman's mine and I can trust her and she's loyal, I
Yeah.
would make sure she's financially taken care of. I think that's actually how men show a lot of their love. I think a lot of love is shown by making sure the house is stable, paid for, finances. They ain't got to worry about nothing. I think that's how love is shown. Women primarily show their love through sexual exclusivity. I'm not saying I'm going to be out there being a massive cheater or something, but I am the kind of guy who, I'm out. Oh, well, you said you're coming home. I said I'm out. Like, I'll see you tomorrow. Like I'm busy.
I don't like this. Go
No,
ahead. Say what
that
you
last
gotta say.
sentence from him was a no.
He's also that guy, though.
Had it all to gain.
He's also that guy, so he does whatever he wants. Most men are not that guy, and
See,
if you
this-
don't come home, your girl's gonna break up with you.
This is why I was saying earlier, a lot of the things that he says are very, very, very controversial.
He's also like $500 million deep, so he can do whatever he wants.
And everything he's saying only really applies to like the 0.00001% because he's up there, right? But like odds are 99.999% of people are never going to touch that. So it's like not even a problem that you should ever have to worry about, but like just in general.
Everything before that was spot on.
Yes.
You know,
Except
men
for that last
want to care about their woman. Women show loyalty through sexual exclusivity. Okay.
I think we all agree.
We
I don't
all
think we
agree to
need to
that
touch
one.
on that.
Like, you know, we all agree. Like, it's just not a cool thing.
Well, that one girl from the Femme Sapien, that chick that got roasted by Kevin Samuels, but then she ended up becoming a big red pill figure. She spoke on Andrew Tate, and she had a valid point. You cannot, over 99% of people on this planet cannot do what he does. So like the way he interacts with people, you would not normally be able to do. Plus, on top of that, a lot of this is overblown. I'm willing to bet that he does not do that to women. I'm willing to bet he doesn't, because
just not show up?
Just not show up and just disrespect him. He doesn't do that.
Not to that extent, but he just won't come home, but he'll text them and probably say, I'm not coming home tonight.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
But still communicate. I think he makes it out
He's
to
not
seem that he is very, very,
He's
very
not a
alpha.
disrespectful guy.
No, he's
face
not.
to face.
Mhm.
I have not seen one clip where he comes out of character, ever. People will be screaming at him, and he's just calm, collect, nice.
Mhm.
I have never seen him actually just raise his voice and be disrespectful.
He
So I
knows
have
he
to-
doesn't have
yeah.
to stoop down to that level.
I have
he's
to
on a higher
assume that he
level.
does that in his private life too, which, I mean, you know, first off, the man's like 6'4" and a trained killer. If he's going to blow up, somebody's dying.
Well,
Like-
the big thing for him that I try to press on people is he said it that way, where he was like, yeah, I'm not coming home. but it was probably just a text message where it was like, hey, I'm not going to be home tonight. And guess what?
Yeah.
Most of those chicks, they aren't asking the question that he was talking about. Where they're like, where are you going? No. The chicks are like, okay, cool, we'll be here. They ain't going to say nothing. They know the deal. Yeah. Like, these people aren't like going to hang around a guy of that level and value and status and then criticize what he's doing. They ain't saying nothing because they know exactly what's going to happen when they criticize him.
When they do that, he's going to say, bye.
Yeah.
And then they lose the jet, they lose the Bentley, they lose the Bugatti.
Yeah, and they're living a high life. They don't care. And plus, he's a respectful dude.
That's what I was about to say is women know your worth. Don't feel like you should allow a man to disrespect you just because he gives you a jet, a Bentley.
All right, well, let's be realistic here.
That.
You guys live in America. You live in one of the top societies in the world. He could go pick a girl up from any third world country. He could go to a third world country, look into a room, and they're all going to be like, pick me, pick me, pick me. And they're all going to know that he's going to go sleep with other women. They're all going to still do it because they're going to get pulled out of a shitty situation that you two can never even fathom because of where you live.
You can know your worth, but still not impact the quality of your life, though. Well, because most of these women, they know and they're okay with it. If you're okay with your dude going out and doing that, but he has to be that guy. Like, most women will never even be able to be in the same, 1 block radius of a guy like that.
Nope. Well, I'm just trying to say the cultural differences. Like, where you guys live and where some of these girls that he's probably seeing live, totally different. You guys would never even think of stuff like that, but they're like, holy shit, that's Jesus. Like, let's just say if y'all did interact with him and he put y'all on a private jet and he said, yeah, I'm going to go, talk to some other girl tonight, go stay with some other girl, you're probably not going to argue. You're probably just going to sit there and be, oh, private jet, he's flying me out, dope, okay, cool, whatever.
But is that a quality of life for me? Like, do I want just a resource or a jet?
No, maybe not for you.
I will put on a wig and I will take your spot.
That's fine.
That goes to the point of what I'm trying to say, though. Maybe not for you two because you live in a higher level society, like a better first world country. But for these third world country girls, not shitting on them, that's just
it's not even third world countries. It's literally everywhere else but America.
Yep.
And the rule is you have to be that guy. You can't do that if you're not that guy.
Okay, also, but the way he said it, like his energy. Regardless if I'm a male or female, I'm going to match your energy. If you talk to me that way, you're going to get talked back that way.
You cannot match your energy with a guy like that.
If he talked to me in that tone and expected me to bow down, that's not really like... That's kind of like disrespectful
in a relationship.
In a way.
If you hook me up with a Bentley and you fly me out,
I don't need a Bentley to be happy, though.
No, I'm just talking to me. You do, like, some old lady wants to fly me out and put me in a Bentley and she wants to go talk to some other dude that night.
Okay, well, that goes back to the very first clip that we watched when we started this, is men don't want to deal with the shit.
Yeah.
He wants to come home and
that
just
is treating your woman like a pet.
No.
How?
Explain.
Explain.
No, what Tyler was just saying in that aspect.
Tyler, you want to be a pet?
No, I don't.
No, the whole, I'm going to fly you out on this jet, you're going to come to Bora Bora with me, but the entire time I'm going to be talking to other women and entertaining them and not you. That is treating your woman like a pet.
You're not going to be viewing that man as a husband, first off.
Okay.
You already know the deal.
Different
you already
story,
know the deal.
Then that's different. If we're if this is not a relationship where it's an actual relationship.
Most girls couldn't even dream of locking down a guy even 1/100th on that scale. This man's worth $500+ million. He is the equivalent of a king back in the day. Okay. If you ran into a man worth even $5 million to $50 million, you're not going to have that same attitude because he can just go. Next.
Speaking of next.
We had it all to lose, we had it all to gain. I know it hurts when you hear my name. There's no sun without rain, no joy without pain. Whoever made souls made ours the same. Distance kills fake love and shows you what's real. I know the deal, I can play Heart of Steel. The distance seems to make it so much harder to heal. Give me one more night of your touch, just one more feel.
Y'all don't know, but Tate's actually a poet.
Interesting.
The man is actually... Dude, his IQ is so far ahead of everybody else's.
Let's go. Let's get that going.
That was beautiful.
It's like a bedtime story by Andrew Tate.
Yeah, I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
Oh. R.I.P. his neck.
So,
can we run that one back?
Yeah, run it back.
Run that one back. R.I.P. that man's neck.
Yeah, you got to go completely back. Yeah.
The distance seems to make it so much harder to heal. Give me one more night of your touch. Just one more feel.
Serenade us.
So this guy, Cade, he is impressive right now. He's a teenager, and he is running through grown men.
I see that.
At a effortlessly. It is crazy. I'm excited to see where this guy goes. I've been paying a lot of attention to him and Alex Pereira lately, Poeton. So I'm really excited to see what he does when he actually transitions over to MMA, because I know eventually he's going to do it. Right now he's a high level guy in the jiu-jitsu world, so it'll be really interesting to see if he decides to take that little jump over to other combat sports. But he's really impressive right now.
He just ragdolled that, man.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Dude is killing it.
He made it look easy.
Yep. Let's see what else we got.
We're going to see Tyler do that to you at the next kickboxing class.
I'm done. So if y'all didn't watch this fight, it was a wild one.
Is it Sean O'Malley?
Yeah, Sean O'Malley.
Well, there's some controversy that he lost his last fight.
Yeah, the judges ended up giving him the decision. A lot of people are freaking out over that last fight because of the decision. But the thing is in the fight game that we were taught, well, we being fighters were taught, was you never, ever, ever let a fight go to the judges. If you want a fight to decide to go your way, you make your hand get raised by either a finish, KO, a submission. You never allow other people to decide your destiny. So, I mean, does it suck that he lost that last fight? Well, he didn't lose. He won. My bad. I'm corrected. He scraped away with that win. But I'm really excited to see where he goes moving forward. He should definitely be fight. I want to see him and Chito Vera go back at it again, but we'll see where that goes.
He's a talented fighter.
He's interesting. The only thing is when you get long rangy guys like that, once they get matched up with another long rangy guy, they can't just sit at a distance from all day. Their fight completely changes. If you watch John Jones and Alexander Gustafsson, the very first time those two fought, it was a war. They both ended up in the hospital. They spent multiple nights. Both of them did, and that just shows you what happens in combat, where you get a guy who is up here, as far as athleticism goes, and then you got another guy who is equally as talented on a technical aspect, but he doesn't have the physical attributes to be a good combat sports athlete. So the disparity shows immediately, especially when you get to the UFC level. It shows so badly because he fights at 145 and he is lanky, man, and it is tough to keep up with him. But a lot of guys he hasn't really fought a lot of top 10 competition yet, so I really want to see what happens when he starts consistently fighting top 10 guys. Right now, it's been a lot of guys that are signed from other promotions making their debut is what his fights have been. Like the Moutinho guy in that first part of the clip. That guy, he fought on some regional promotion out of New Jersey, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then he took the fight on 2 days' notice, and Sean O'Malley ended up almost breaking both of his hands, beating this dude in, and he just couldn't stop him.
Can't wait to see his next fight.
It's gonna be good. All right, let's go to the next one.
I like this new screensaver.
Hold up. Let him.
Man, I wish I could have saw that.
You know what I think about sometimes? You hear these girls being like, yeah, I'm making $1.2 million a month on OnlyFans. There's 1.2 million dudes paying $1 a month for
It's
her
so crazy how
That's
they can't,
crazy.
dudes be paying for news when you can just type in, Google. News.
Literally. I will never understand that.
I mean,
you can get that shit for free.
Yeah, it's just so weird. I just cannot imagine paying. First off, that's just more power to you, Queen. Get the bag, or whatever they say. If you're getting it, get it. But dudes, you are just supporting a horrible, horrible culture right now.
Mm.
Y'all are puffing up these girls' egos, and when the trend changes, and dudes stop paying for stuff like that, and it's just not a thing anymore. It's not a trend.
Shit's gonna hit the fan.
You guys are going to run out of money so quick.
They're probably blowing it too. They're probably not even saving it.
You called your own friend fat at dinner last night.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he needed to hear it.
because friends need to keep other friends accountable. For me, like, I want a holistic life. I want to have my health in order. I want to have my dating life in order. Like, in the same way, like, I've called out my friends when I'm like, you're a slave to your girlfriend. I'm a very harsh person with my friends, but then my friends are the same way with me. You know, I appreciate that.
Yeah. I do as well. I saw you do that last night, and I was like, damn, I need to do that to my friends.
There's something I want to touch on because I know you guys are going to agree. Like, when I'm pushing Abigail in a way, she sees it as, like, almost disrespect.
No.
But it's not that in the slightest. I'm trying to, like, bring that to light, and hopefully they can help me do that. And I was using this TikTok to do that.
No,
but, like, when I'm like, hey, you need to do this, or, like, hey, it would be better if you did this, or this, I'm just trying to push you to be better in areas that I know that you can be better in. Just like you do the same shit to me. I don't cry about it. Like, it doesn't feel good to hear, like, yeah, you suck at this, you need to do better at this. I understand. But I'm not shitting on you. I'm trying to help you be better.
So there's a lot.
I have never once said that was disrespect.
Why would I bring it up?
Do I push back to you? Yes.
That's a love language.
But I would
of him
not
trying to
call
help
that
you.
disrespect.
You need to understand that that's a love language of him trying to do that.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And, I mean, I've had so many times where I've just, you know, the girl that is going to end up being wifed up to me needs to understand you're walking the same path as me. I'm going to be telling you to level up every day. And I've just had so many bad experiences where I'll tell a girl, hey, let's hit the gym 4 times a week. And they just come back and say, oh, you don't think I look good enough? That I'm not the girl for you? I'm like, no,
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
like, I want to like be hot in like 10, 15 years. Yeah. And I want us to be hot. And I want you to be alive in 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
So just instead of arguing, just how about you just follow my path and let's just hit the gym. Dope.
And on the flip side as well, I'm sure like you and Jesse, because I just know y'all are been friends for a while. Y'all probably called each other out on your shit multiple times throughout the years.
Do you hear this man 24 hours a day, how much he roasts me?
I don't think it's just you.
Well, the big thing, the reason why me and Justin have stayed friends literally our whole lives is because we do something that a lot of people can't do, and it's that we have really uncomfortable conversations when it needs to be done. Not even when it needs to be done. We have uncomfortable conversations every day. And guess what? You wouldn't even know if we did. There's been days where I've called Justin on shit, and there's days where Justin calls me on my shit. And you know what? When we leave the room, guess what? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Because we're adults and we understand that we have our best interests in each other's mind.
But that's something that you need. Like, if you don't have a friend like that or somebody in your life that can do that, you're in deep shit and you need to find one
Look
ASAP.
at your friend group. I mean, I look at some of these like girls and guys and their friends, and they're going out like drinking every single night. You know, they're starting to look worse and worse every weekend. They're starting to go home with different guys every weekend, and nobody's checking them. Those aren't your friends. Yeah. And guys, like, I see some dudes, they're guys they're sitting there playing video games every weekend. They're smoking weed every weekend. They're not doing anything. And none of the guys are just like, hey, maybe we just shouldn't do this, and maybe we should just like level up a little bit, and then we can come back and play video games. Most of my close circle right now, the reason why I value them is because they check the shit out of me. And I respect that so much. Like him, Lindsay, even Emma, Courtney, God, she plays me a new one almost every week. They all tell me when I'm fucking up in life, and that goes both ways. And that is just a valuable thing to have in your life. Nobody's perfect, and everybody needs to elevate themselves every day. But have a friend that, like the one friend that checks you, you need to have them for life.
And listen, like a lot of people, you know, take a hit from their friend, and they're just like, fuck that. I'm perfect. No, the fuck you're not. Like, listen to what your friends have to say, and maybe it's the
and your partner.
Exact thing you need to hear. Yeah, friends, partner, all of the above, parents. Everybody's looking at you, and they want to help you. If you know they're coming from a position of just wanting to help you, just listen. It's not going to feel good. We all know that, but just listen.
A prime example, if your girl is not checking you, and she's not having like a motherly instinct,
she does not care.
With you.
She does not care.
Yeah,
she's going to be on your
shit. Just like a little bit.
But at the same time, you should be leveling up as a man, and she shouldn't have to check you.
Yeah.
Start checking people, man. What's your problem?
She's going to check you Tuesday night with a just jab across the face at kickboxing.
If your friend... Oh, did you pause it?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. If your friends are not checking you, same thing with being in a relationship, they do not care about you, and that is not the friend group you need to have.
Check and see what your friend group is doing every day, too. If they're not inviting you to go to the gym, have wine nights, go out for dinners, and every one of their invites revolves around alcohol, you are not their friend. You are just an extra in a photo to make them look better.
Yep, fair enough. I think you just need to evaluate.
Filter.
Like, a lot of people don't even evaluate. They just blindly live and keep walking. Oh, same friend group, same friends, every single day, same thing. Just look at what's going on. Look at your surroundings and be aware. I think that's the best thing you can do. But this is going to be one of those ones that goes by real quick.
The man that says, I don't care that you have guy friends and go to clubs are the most insecure. They are with you because they have no other choice. So they agree with everything you say.
100%.
Oh, God, I was trying not to say preach after every one of those sentences. Oh, that is absolutely. We live in a culture right now where women encourage other women to do bad things. And dudes, too. This is not just women. But I can tell you right now that, one, being in a relationship with the right guy, if you keep going to these clubs and you keep doing promiscuous activities, bad activities, that ain't going to be your man for long because, he's going to have other options. And he's going to say, maybe I just don't want a girl that's off possibly grinding on some other dude right now. You might not be doing it. But most dudes are just not cool with the fact that your girl's in a promiscuous environment.
Yeah, but that's the number one thing that gets slung out by every single girl. Like,
oh, you're insecure, toxic, masculinity. It's like
every
that's the
single
opposite.
time. But it's not
if you don't check your girl and say, I don't want you in the club, like, no offense, I just don't want to see a video of you shaking your ass on my newsfeed.
Yeah, okay, I'm curious. If it said woman, do you think it would be the same concept?
What do you mean?
Instead of man, if it said the woman.
Oh, yeah, no, the dude shouldn't be out at the club either without his girl.
But would that make the woman insecure as well?
100%.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just curious.
And, insecure is not
I'm
even...
just curious.
100%. Insecure is not even a bad thing. First off, why do you want your partner feeling insecure? Let's circle back to that one. Second, people throw around insecure as like this weird, like, female shaming tactic. Mm-hmm. It's like, we might not be insecure. We might just get the ick. Like, girls talk about the ick all the time. Replace the word insecure with ick.
Literally. That's what I was just about to say is you can literally take out that word insecure and say... Ew. That just flat out means that that guy does not care about you or what you're doing. He's not attracted to you. He wants nothing to do with you.
Dude, I've gotten into arguments with girls, and then the next thing I see on their Snapchat feed is just them in the club in some dude's section, and I'm just like, ew, okay, mute.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not even about the word insecurity. It's like she just said care. Mm-hmm. The dudes care, and they don't want to have the headache of worrying about you out at the club. Are you going to get home? Are you going to get fucking drugged? Are you going to get taken? Like, all that. We don't want to worry about that headache. We don't want you in that situation in general. So it's not about insecurity or not caring. It's because we fucking care. And we don't want to go find another option. If we have one, we're bringing it up because we know we're just going to move on.
Keep going to the club.
It's going to be like a 30-minute.
Keep going to the club with your single friends. You're going to be single.
Yeah.
It's the power of a god.
Right. Remove segs from a relationship. And you will discover that 95% of these modern day boss babes have nothing to offer but arguments, a guy best friend, an alcohol problem, and some other dude's kid, the majority of the time. Sad.
Why do you keep throwing in kids tonight?
It's all a little bit of audacity because that's actually a real thing.
Any thoughts, guys? Gals?
Okay, so let's do this. Like, honestly, like, imagine, like, Fresh and Fit's for a prime example. When they go around the table and say, what do you bring to the table? Crickets.
Yeah.
Chirp, 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 crickets.
Yep.
Because the majority of them only bring that to the table. Mm-hmm. And, yeah.
I would say definitely modern day, though.
Yeah, no, 100%, because that wasn't a thing 100 years ago.
Yeah, complete. Right. Well, I wouldn't even say it was like 20.
I agree.
Before Instagram.
I think it's just like the reality of social media. What it's
like, my mom brings a lot to the table. Like... I mean,
well, a lot of it's not even just women though. Like, in a lot of senses,
dudes bring stuff to the table.
Like, let's walk outside and see how many people actually bring anything to the table.
Exactly.
Let's just put 100 people in a room, because I mean, one thing that I've seen a lot of is we typically have these trends on TikTok and social media where it's either men are terrible or women are terrible, and we don't ever just sit down and go, you know what? Why everyone is just a fucking terrible time. Like, dude, why can't we just sit here and from a certain perspective go, you know what? A lot of women ain't doing shit, but also there's a lot of men that ain't doing shit either. And these videos cater to a lot of incels and a lot of people in the community that don't have options. They don't know how to make money. Most of them are probably depressed. Some of them are just are pretty mad that they probably just got rejected by a chick, or they had a terrible breakup. Now they're reposting. I'm willing to bet if there was a way to find some analytical way or algorithm to find out how many people that reposted this were fresh out of a breakup, you would see a shockingly high number of dudes.
Or instead of out of a breakup, because not every guy can attract a girl. How many dudes just haven't had one female interaction in a year that repost that? And they are probably the 95% of the guys or girl that is getting hate from this.
And a lot of,
See, like you replace male versus female on this, and it works both ways.
Yep.
Like you just flip-flop it both around. Yeah, it's pretty much 5% of the population is actually worth the shit.
Yep.
I like him, though.
I think that's all of him for tonight.
Is that all?
No, I got a couple.
They get it to Caldwell Pope, almost lost it. Shot clock at 7. James, 2 defenders on it. To Caldwell Pope inside. He's tied up by Green. Throws it back up top.
Why did we add these? What conversation does this bring?
Dude,
get that bag, King.
Yo, that was great, dude. Dude, when did you stop making quality content like that?
Dude,
I think I should make a side page. And
Dude,
just keep
you
doing
should.
It. 'Cause, like every time I'm like, dude, I could totally remake that.
Dude, you should. I got to step my game up. I need to find me I'm gonna get one of the girls from the group to just start reenacting these with me.
I'm glad to hear genuine laughter. That's
dude.
Good.
That was great.
Dude, the end of it was score.
Once I realized it was you, I was like, wait a minute.
You know, I couldn't tell at the beginning. I was like, whose video?
So
I look back on these videos and I'm just like, what sense did this make?
When we reacted to your videos a while back, I was like, y'all put like 5 or 6 of those out, a lot of those. And I was just like, damn, the viewers must be like, not realizing it's the same girl. Like, dude,
they don't though.
You be
they
pulling the
literally
same.
don't.
I'm like, how many different blonde girls are you pulling in a week?
Dude, we went on vacation for like a week to Denver. We snagged like 20 million views in that week just remaking it. Like I made like one at the aquarium. I was like, when you see a girl at the aquarium, when you see her at the grocery store, I was just hammering down.
You should probably do that again.
That was great.
I need to try it.
Dude, that was actually really good.
Learning is occurring. She is.
Oh, I've seen this.
It's
true.
The fact that another man feels so welcomed reflects on how your woman acts behind your back.
Boom. 100%. We just had this conversation at dinner. We're not going to say with who. We don't need to call him out. But, ladies, when you smile at a dude or just look in his direction, bro thinks he's in. Because the amount of like female attention that dudes get in general is astronomically low. Guys, do you want to agree with me on this or disagree?
No, it's 100%. Super low.
It's called an open line of communication. If a man tries to buy you a drink and he is not your boyfriend, do not accept that drink because that is an open invite.
Yeah, then he's like, bro, I'm in there, man. Like, I'm in it. Like, it's just 100%. Dudes. We're just dudes. That's just how we are. We're simple creatures.
And second, don't let your girl be getting drinks from other dude. Give her your credit card or debit card so when some dude tries to buy her a drink, she just, Amex, done.
I mean, I had to tell her, I was like, look, I know you have a like bubbly personality. You're going to be nice to everybody. But like being nice, I walk around the corner, this dude thinks you're free game.
Yeah.
And it's just, the reality of it is.
You should be unapproachable from your social media in real life. Like, somebody should be able to look at a girl and say, oh, she's got a man. I won't even try. Go to her Instagram, her like TikTok, whatever. Oh, she's got a man. I'm not even going to try. You need to be unapproachable.
Just be like Emma, dude. Just be completely unapproachable by everyone.
And, you know, she's going to walk down some high. Y'all watch within a year that she's going to have some dude 10 million plus walking her down.
And I'm going to be on that private jet, baby. What's up?
That's what I'm saying. You know, we're all saying that.
Dude, I see that girl all the time.
Yeah, she's a queen. That's why. She'd be spitting facts.
Is that it? No.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
I think that went through pretty much everyone's.
Gangly.
So, okay. So, what was the best clip that everybody saw? What's the one that
Gages,
stuck out?
dude. That thing was banging, dude. That was an awesome clip. Absolute banger.
Which one? The one where he caught his girlfriend farting, or the one where he caught the bag?
The airport.
The bag secured one.
Bag secured one. Okay.
Secured. Yeah, I got a couple of those. I'll have to show y'all.
Dude, that's funny as hell.
They're in the archive, but
I need to make some of those.
I like that one.
All right. Well, I think we should round this out. This was a long episode.
Yes, it was. We're gonna probably chop this one up.
Yeah, for sure. And guys, if you want us, because we're gonna be reacting to a lot more clips, if you want us to react to your clips, DM me or Justin on Instagram. Send us the link, and we will react to it when we can get to it. But yeah, with all things being said, our links will be down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.